And good morning, everyone. Good to see you, everyone out there on Facebook, on Twitter, and of course, Behance is the main chat I'm going to be watching. So I'm so glad you guys are here. Because guess what? It is National Donut Day. And what day could be more fun than this? Sure, it's put on by Big Donut, just wants to get that donut money. But no, this will be a lot of fun because I think donuts, as you can see right here with this lovely puzzle, I don't have actual donuts in front of me, but I got this awesome puzzle that has all these. This is my source of inspiration. This is all this awesome, frosting and, different types of donuts here. So I'm totally into it, and I'm glad you're here. Cody Bear, Stoney's in the house. Becca, Jan, hello. Alexander is going to probably create some killer stuff. And I'm glad you guys are here. So hello. Let's dive on into it. And again, thanks again. I'm going to start out, since this is a design master class, I'm going to start out in Illustrator, as you can see right now. And we'll get this party started. And again, thank you so much for being here. Steve's here, Biola as well. Awesome. Penny or two Penny Doodles. Can we all agree Penny Doodles has the best name so far in chat? I just think that makes me happy thinking about it. All right, we can jump in here. We can make a donut, right? Super easy. I can do this. Let's crank this up. 200, like that. There's our big, delicious donut, like so, right? I just used a simple stroke. I'm going to do it a couple different ways. Excuse me. So I have this one right here. Looks pretty good so far. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and expand this. So it's going to expand the stroke and fill. So here we get our lovely circle. And yeah, there's 1,000 different ways I could do this. And then I would usually grab a gradient. I'm like, okay. I can probably do this with a radial gradient, right? So you'll jump in here. Maybe I'll just pick one of these. Ba, za, ba. And start adjusting accordingly. You guys get the idea. And this is if I wanted to make something look like realistic. I would think this could work. Okay. Down here you have RGB. You can always change this to hue, saturation, and brightness. Because I just need to take down the brightness to give it that dark shadow. Darker shadow. Alright, just like that. Again, let's soften that, and then I move this over. Essentially what we're doing, which I think is interesting, we're just like, sort of like simulating 3D anytime we create or add gradients and add drop shadows. We're simulating 3D. We're like doing our best. And let me actually try something. Because I'd actually make this 3D would be my goal. So would love to know your favorite donut. You gotta have a favorite donut. Come on, people. Let me know your favorite type of donut. Would love to hear. So we're going to go into recolor artwork, and I'm just going to see. Okay, there's already 3 colors here. It's already kind of blended and all that good stuff. Cherry fritters. Oh, cherry fritter. I don't know if I've had a cherry fritter before. Huckleberry bear claws and sugar coated. You guys are so exotic. Vegan kind. So I was thinking about reducing this, if we made a flat version of this, and I'm just gonna try this, and it might not turn out that great, but you could always rasterize a vector graphic like I'm doing right now, and then you could go in and you could image trace it, right? And the reason I would do this is to get it down to say some flat colors. So I'm taking something that has some dimension. Maybe you're not crazy about the gradients. We want to just reduce it to a couple colors. We could do it this way. And again, this is a basic shape. This will come in handy for you, by the way. So again, take a vector asset, turn it into a raster asset, and then image trace it is what I'm doing here. And then we'll knock this down to like 3 colors. Probably maybe 4, but let's see how this looks. And again, this is a large graphic. I knew it. 4 is what we'd need. So again, it kind of did all the work for me in terms of, you know, adding the shadows and the highlights and stuff like that. So yeah, maybe it's okay. It's okay. But what do we have here? We have at least 2 different types of donuts. Let's add some sprinkles to this. I'm not crazy about this one, right? And then from here, by the way, we could take this and then expand it, right? And now we have all those vector points and all that stuff, and we could even simplify, because I know it's probably driving you nuts. There we go. We're back. Let's throw some sprinkles on this, shall we? Bismarck with raspberry. Man, I need to like Google these. Bismarck donut. Obviously I know what a bear claw is. I just like Boston cream pie. Does that am I basic for just liking Boston cream pie? That's what I like. All right, so actually I would rather have a glaze with the like the pudding filled is my favorite. You could blend it too. Great idea, Peter. You nailed it. But again, I'm just kind of making a couple. I'm showing you different ways. In fact, what I want to do now is I want to add some sprinkles to this. So let's just throw on a new layer really fast. And let's make a little sprinkle. We'll make it black for now. Oh, why is that not? Get there. Blah. We're going to throw in this. We're just going to make one sprinkle really fast, right? We'll just make that one line that's obviously capped, rounded cap at the end. And here's our sprinkle, okay? You know, I'm comfortable making it white. Let's make it white, shabam. And then let's go into, let's turn this. Now I could, by the way, then go through the process. Might need to be a little thinner. I could go through the process of like copying and pasting and all that stuff. You're like, oh, this is going to take forever, right? No, I just want to randomize it around the circle. So what I can do is I can, oops. Oh, I didn't even, you know what I just did? Can I just show you this, Marsha and everyone? I accidentally just grabbed, did you know you could do this? You can actually grab a pattern and drop it on here. Oh, I know you can edit it, but to actually have the pattern right here, like I had no idea I could do that, and I just did that on accident, right? And again, I can make this a pattern, but again, a pattern is going to be too perfect for our lovely donut, and our donut needs to be made of chaos. So we're going to turn this into a brush. So we'll just take it, our lovely sprinkle, drop it into there, into our brushes panel, and we'll turn this into a scatter brush, right? Click OK. And from here, we're going to decide the size is going to be fixed, but then the spacing, we're just going to randomize everything, right? Does that sound good to you? Carol's here, Sean is here, welcome. Pure chaos. Chaos donut. So what this says is like, okay, we want it to be random on the minimum and the maximum, right? So on both sides of the line, basically. So we'll just take that down. This is the chaos for our chaos donut. Just slide that, and look at how the scattering can be crazy. Look at this, a negative 1000%. This is something you're gonna have to play with, but it's easy to just kind of like do something like this really fast. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and tint it. Why not? We'll click OK. I made that brush, you know, it doesn't even, don't worry about those settings because it's gonna be easier to, you ready for this? Create your line. And then apply, you ready for this? Right over here, we'll apply our scatter brush to it. Bam-o. We've applied this scatter brush to it. And what's cool is we could always resize this. And now we can go back into our scatter brush. And I find it's easier just to work this way with the scatter brush being applied, showing the preview, and then playing with the randomness, like the spacing of it all, right? So that's what I'm playing with now. Oh yeah, so this is making it more dense. Okay, you want more sprinkles? Hey, it's like our little sprinkle sliders in here. Which makes it really easy. Click OK. Apply to strokes, of course. That's right, we really cranked up our sprinkle slider. Like so. And guess what? We could just take this, drop it over here, but it's like so much easier doing it this way. Right? And remember, chaos donut theory. I want to live in a world where that's an actual thing. So I'll take this. This is, I added a tint to it as well. So right in here, if we go in here, the tint is the color of the sprinkle, right? That's what that's set to. That means if I change the color of the line, so I'll go over here, I'll change the color of this line to, I don't know, orange. And watch nothing happen. Ooh. Why did nothing happen? Let's double click on that again. Key color, white. I wonder if it's having a problem with the white for something. Tints and shades, hue shift, click OK, apply to strokes. Okay, so hue shift did it. So I think so the problem with that is, and Cody Bear probably knows this, some of you guys might know this, that the artists in the room and the illustrators, those who use color a lot, if I tint something that's white, it's not going to show up. So that was the problem. That's why I had to do an entire hue shift, and now we have this color. But what's cool about this is we could jump in and say, oh, we want those, those lovely orange sprinkles and so on. Okay? They need to be chocolate sprinkles. Okay, we could do that as well. You want chocolate sprinkles? You got it. We'll duplicate this again. Just kind of rotate this around. Make them chocolate. And there you go. Right? Still doesn't have a lot of depth to it, by the way, because I did not. I know this, Cody Bear. Well, I mean, you're an artist, so you know if you tint something that's white, it's already white. What's you gonna like? You can't tint white or black, is what I'm saying, and that was my problem. I'm not giving you too much credit. You know that. So yeah, there you go. And by the way, so. I would probably want to add more dimension to this as well. It's looking pretty good. Let's take this. Like we learned a second ago, for pretty much any element we can drag it on here. And maybe what I'd want to do is take this. Let's, expand it, duplicate it, take this, make this ungroup. If you ever have problems with anything, like it's not changing color or whatever, it's because it's probably a grouped shape. Maybe it's a clipping path or something like that. We'll jump in here. There's our like little shadow something. Kind of neat, right? You know what I'd even do here is I would add a highlight. So, I'm just going to make a brand new sprinkle, to be honest with you. I'll take this, move it over. Crazy bounding box there. Let's just ungroup that. Make this red. There we go. Take this part, shrink it up. This could be basically, I'm just like doing a little highlight. It needs a little highlight on there. I would even say that this is a little long, but that's okay. Got a fun pill shape. Right, we could do something like that. Just giving it like a little bit of a highlight. So this is a better little sprinkle that I'd make. I'm going to take this, I'm going to drop it in here, right? Make it a scatter brush. And from here, look, the key color is going to be still that red. So this is going to matter a lot. So we'll do tints and shades and add our chaos donut theory right here. Randomize everything, crank it up, crank it down, da 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 da. Okay, we did it. Foodies in the house. Nobody said that. What's the French cruller? The French cruller donut? Oh man. For me, it's like, you know what? Just make it filled. I'm like, you know what? Don't serve me emptiness. Put something in there. That's usually my thought when I see donuts. Like, put something in there. Like, why do I need that little hole in the middle? Not unless I need to order 10 and then I, put one on each finger. It's the only reason and I didn't have a bag. It's the only reason I need a hole in a donut. Okay, so I'm going to select this one right over here just for fun. Well, it doesn't matter. This one, we'll click here, shabam. There we go. It's tinting it. We'll make sure it gets tinted, I don't know, chocolate. Let's make it chocolate. You guys wanted chocolate. There's our chocolate. Click OK. And there's our chocolate sprinkles, as you can see. Kind of randomizing it. Sour cream donuts. Man, what a refined palate. Sour. You're like an adult. If you're getting like anything with sour cream, you're an adult. It's like avocado. It's like avocado or anything fermented. You're probably an adult if you're ordering something like that. But there you go. That's actually working better. I could even select, let's select all of these just for fun. We'll click. I'm not crazy about this. Let's go in here. Let's change this to just tints. There we go. I've just changed it to tints. And let's make this a deeper chocolate. And I could still adjust the chaosness of all of this, right? So again, let's make it more or less scattered. And make the spacing less as well. So yeah, you get the idea. We're just having fun today. I hope you guys don't mind. I thought it'd be cool to just make some fun donuts. Now let's definitely rotate these a lot more. 180 both directions. And you get the idea. Okay, cool. We did it. Okay, is that good? Maybe you want something more? Do you want something more? Well, don't worry. We'll do something more as well. In fact, right here. Jokes. We're going to dive into this. I'm going to make some 3D donuts. Here's mine, just like sort of basic donuts that definitely like need help. There we go. I like this white one better. This is like our flat design donut. It's not the best. And then we have more of our pseudo 3D, right, as we get into this. And I probably want to change, I definitely want to tweak the gradients as well. So let's come in here. Right, so we still need, right, we need the same darkness over here. Just come in here, click to add, move it to the other side. And now we have that darker inside right there, right? So just needed to be darker on the inside because I wasn't fooling anybody. Okay, we just got that, and of course we'd add the drop shadow too. Yeah, Boston cream donuts are my favorite. At least when I go to Dunkin' Donuts. Let's talk best donut place. I'll start. Blue Star Donut from Pacific Northwest. Portland area, Blue Star Donuts. They have a raspberry rosemary donut. You can get a blueberry bourbon donut. Don't those sound awesome? They're called donuts for adults is how they refer to them. So, okay, there's our two donuts. Let's take this to the next level because what I want to do is I want to draw a circle. We'll make it flat. And we'll keep it within the same like color family of those other two. From here, what we're going to do is we are going to make this 3D. Blue Star Donuts, anybody? Yeah, Michelle, they are awesome. You're exactly right. The raspberry rosemary is probably my favorite. All right, it's right over here. 3D and materials on my circle. What are we going to do? We're going to revolve it. Click. Bam. Hey, was that hard? That was almost too easy, right? So it's doing it off the left edge, right edge, but the key thing is you just want to offset it, right? So we can make that, you know, give it more of a space in the middle. Keep in mind I am rotating it, right? So it is technically flat, but also over here I have this custom rotation. I could just say top, right? So now we have that top view of this donut. We'll move this down, and then let's adjust the lighting so it's like all the others, right? We're going to, excuse me, go to lighting. Sure, top left, right. Oh, let's go top left. Let's adjust the rotation some more, right? And the height. Zoop. Let's move it there. Like so. Why can I not? I can't quite seem to. I want it to be even higher than that. But anyways, there's our fancy donut. Let's throw a shadow in there. Why not? We'll turn that on. It's going to be behind the object. Shadow bounds cranked up. That's my last used setting was 400%. But yeah, there we go. We don't see anything yet. I'm getting a weirdish line. But let's go in and let's just turn on our ray tracing and render this out, and we'll see what happens. Oreo donuts. I'm just into rosemary. Just those are interesting flavors. Ooh, a croissant town. Marsha, I'm sure it's amazing. You have a Queen Amands. That's more of a pastry. It's not a donut, but up the street they have those, and I'm just amazed with it. Okay, so this is the problem with this. I must have rotated this, so we're going to go back to objects. Let's go 0. Okay, it's flat. It's on the showing me the front side. I got to adjust the shadow. Ooh. Let's just rotate this. So there's the shadow. You can see it right there. Okay, so this will still be kind of fun. But now that I can see that shadow after turning on ray tracing, I kind of get where it's falling. I get a better understanding of the lights. Cronuts are amazing. Ah, bliss. You, of course, man, I'm getting hungry and I knew this would happen. Right? Look at this. This is already like looking pretty darn amazing. Look at that lighting and everything. And this is actually a 3D object. So we used to just give you like a pseudo, you were actually making a pseudo 3D object before, but this is actually a 3D object. Shadow bounds, this is where we'll crank up the shadow bounds so you don't see that edge, right? And I need to change the lighting and everything, right? But it's behind the object. Don't worry, we're going to change that in a second. Butter does rule. I'm like, you know, butter and fat. That's what I go for in the morning with some carbs. Butter is delicious. It's basically what croissants are, right? Just like folded butter. Cream cheese Danish. Cody Bear is into. I'm not a big cream cheese fan, to be honest with you. I don't like it in pastries or desserts. I don't even like, what is it? Cream cheese frosting. I can maybe deal with on carrot cake, but that's about it. Okay, we're waiting for this. Not to worry, I'm running this all on a laptop. I'm making a 3D object. While that's doing its thing, guess what? We have more that we can do. So we could always use, say, Stager. Look at this. Come on now. Come on, people. Look at how nice this is. Oh, it's so pretty. Isn't that nice? Look at how nice that is. That's without any frosting. Looks amazing. Yes. Oh, Penny Doodles nailed it. 3D donut. One step closer to a real donut. And yes, rendering is faster than baking. But I love this. Look at this lighting. Look at this lighting. And by the way, I did low quality. But this is amazing. I'm just like totally into this. So yeah, I'm into this, and I could put some frosting on top. There's different ways to do that. I still want to adjust this, by the way. So let me just get back to, so once you kind of test your rendering, come back in here and turn that off, right? Click that button, make sure that's turned off, right? So it's going to be easier to work with. And let's do top. Here's our donut. And then we could add more sprinkles, because what I was also thinking is, yes, we could still do a, you know, we could make a 3D sprinkle, which I'm doing right now. By going in here, we could extrude it, but I was actually gonna inflate it. So let's just try this. Let's take this, cut it, new layer, paste. Oh, you know what? I already have this brush. So let's just use it. Heck, I already have this made. Let's grab this. Zoop. Bring our sprinkles over on our donuts. I want to increase the size of those sprinkles. I can do that. Maybe it needs to be a little more contained. But now let's go ahead and expand it. And then we'll go ahead and inflate it. The donut with only one sprinkle. That would be a sad donut. Just one sprinkle. Just one. Okay, I'm going to take all this. All right, let's see what happens. Let's try to do all these sprinkles at once. Let's just move some of these around. Our little chaos donut. And let's see what happens. Let's see how this works out. 3D materials, inflate. Click that little inflate button. Have it render. There we go. So essentially we have our little inflated little sprinkles. So yeah, that kind of works. Of course, from here we could adjust the shadow, right? So we'll rotate. Oh, it's giving me an error. It's like, whoa, Paul, you're dealing with about 40 objects that you just made 3D, and I'm changing the lighting on 40 objects. So this works out great. Like I could do this, but you will run into, you know, maybe some issues. Who knows? So that's when I'd want to take the next step, and then, yeah, the inflate's great. And you know what I would even do? I'd do this. You ready for this? Let's do this. Let's just have some fun. Let's have some fun today. We'll take our favorite donut. I'm really into actually this one, to be honest with you. I think this is our winner out of these three. I like it. It's more Illustrator-ish, like it's vibrant and all that fun stuff. So we'll take that. We'll move that up there. Wait for it. Wait for it. Okay, making sure that's set to Scale, strokes, and effects. I think you know what I'm doing. We want this to be pretty thick. So that should be pretty good. Make it a little wider. Create outlines. Let's try this. So I want to round the corners because my donut's nice and rounded. I just outlined this font, and then we'll go to these little control points, and we'll round all the corners on this because I wanted the thick. I just want it to look more like a donut. That's all. Right, and this does a better job of it. So there we go. Don't worry, it's National Donut Day. Do. X. Wait for it. Paste. Wait for it, people. Hurry, Paul. I gotta get to my 3D donut. And I'm 2 minutes behind. Wanted to get to that. Let's scale all this up. The right amount. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. You get the idea. And we're in it to win it. Okay, so, Michelle, I kind of got this where I wanted. I'm kind of into this donut. Obviously, I have all this text. I could make it look like all these different donuts, too, just by throwing a bunch of different colors in here, right? Yeah, why not? No, that needs to be more chocolatey than that. I don't know. That's probably the wrong color entirely, actually. Let's limit our color palette. You want a blueberry? I want a blueberry donut. Okay, anyways, there we are. And all I was going to do is take this and do our lovely inflate, if that works for you. So we'll jump in here. We'll take all of this text. There we go. 3D and materials. Inflate. There we go. I'll probably use my other 3D donut because it's going to match better. But we'll go to our lighting. And yeah, that's a step in the right direction. Not crazy about the font. Did I mess it up? Colby, let me know. Right? This all needs sprinkles, but the nice thing is I still have that brush too. So I would still jump in there and add that. Wait for it. Wait for it. And for pencil, let's just go zip, zip, zip. This needs a lot of work still. Yeah, that's a weird donut, but that's okay. Bring down those sprinkles. There we go. Ah, easy enough. Let's adjust the spacing. Maybe the scattering. There we go. All right, you get the idea. I need to move on. I want to uncheck this box. New art does not have basic appearance. All right. Now I can jump in here. I have this new sprinkles layer. Just hit N for pencil. Draw that around. Heck, let's draw, kind of like outline this D like so. And of course, like shrink it in and adjust it and all that fun stuff. Cool, cool. Zip, zip, zip. Right. And of course, make this different color. I don't know. What do you want? What do you want? Pink? Sure. Cool. You get the idea? Are we good? Are we good? Right, but this makes things really easy now, because all I need to do is draw this line. Pop. There we are. Instant sprinkles. Zip. This one, hey, we want this one to be white. Let's do that. And move along. Get it. Get it, Paul. Get it. Go around. Oh, this needs to be a straight up donut too. You ready for this? I'm like, have a lot of... keep going on and on and on. Let's take this donut, move it down. Into place right there. And then we'll just do a color shift because I am lazy. Recolor artwork. It's taking all those colors that we have there and we can start to tweak accordingly. So we can try something else that might work. Or might not work. Who knows? Thoughts? A blue donut? That's crazy. But I'm looking at all these donuts here. You know what? They're pretty crazy. All right, cool. You get the idea. I'm going to just finish this out real fast, and then we will move on. Zip, zip, zip. Around. Oops. Make sure this is on the right layer. And boom. There we go. Sprinkles everywhere. Heck, let's just put them zip anywhere we want. Do not worry, people. Let's do a heart. Sprinkles. All right, let's move on. Ugh. Cheetos flavored. Ugh. Blue is good. Sorry, I'm just noticing this. I need to scrunch all this together, so this still needs like a lot of work. So, I apologize for the spacing on this. What was I even thinking? You guys should have warned me. You probably were. You're like, oh, the spacing on that is horrible. Right? They all need to be kind of scrunched up together. Like pressing on one another. Right? Wouldn't that be great? You know, give us enough time and we will get there. You just need to have like lots of like overlap and like they need to look like they're kind of on a plate or kind of interacting, right? Kind of, you know, whatever. Don't really have time for that right now for what I want to do. But sure, we're part of the way there. I still think we're going to get better results. Ooh, Cody just brought up a great point. Oh, you are a genius. You're exactly right. You're a genius. It's like they're in a box. They all need to kind of be at different angles. You know, they're getting pushed up upon one another. You know, you're a genius. That's what I'm talking about. And I know these sprinkles desperately need help, by the way. They just do. They need help big time. But yes, thank you so much for the suggestion. We're a team here. Thank you for this. Now we're getting somewhere. Guess what? We could take the same concept. So much wackiness. It's still very flat. It's actually pretty cool, and I'm into it. So yeah, let's save this file. Donut worry. Save that file. These are extruded. They're going to have a plane. So, but still it's going to be like a pseudo plane. So let's go to 3D materials just to kind of give you an idea. Last thing I'm going to do is come in here, turn on shadows. Yep. Yeah, that'll work. Let's undo that. Let's take all these, turn off the sprinkles. There's my text. Oh, I really need to do that with that other donut now. I could have just used this circle. I could have just like... Let's do it. Bear with me. Zoop. Bear with me, folks. Throwing our donut in here. Boom. I think the middle is a little too much. How do you shrink the middle of this? Go into outline mode. At least this is how I do it. Now you're able to select those inner points and then you can shrink it down. There we go. Proportions are right. We'll jump back out. Right, we'll take this. We'll hit I for eyedropper and then we can sample that. Let's take that. Now we have our two donuts. And let's go ahead and turn on our sprinkles here. And steal our sprinkles from here. There they are. Let's move them up. There we go. You get the idea. But now they're all 3D elements. Those actually were not my 3D donuts. Actually recreated them like super fast. If I had more time, I would throw so many more sprinkles. Like, I like this intensity of sprinkles. Right, that's what it all needs. Just needs so much more of that. But it looked really good when, again, I'll turn these off. Just select my 3D elements. And then, let me move everything over. Wait for it. There we go. 3D and materials. Maybe I have to do this individually. Do I really? Oh, I do. Yep. Yeah, outline mode to alter the pathfinder. Okay, anyways, let's just go ahead and turn this on. I could have made these one object, and I should have. I should have made them all one object and then inflated all of them so it's just one process. But now they're all like individual elements. So, you know. But we're getting there. Okay, there we are. We'll just go ahead and save this. We'll render this. We're going to jump into an actual 3D program. Guess what? Colby and Carol and General Kenobi and everyone. Muriel, I see you over there. Froja as well. Roland, what's up? Can this 3D object from Illustrator be exported in stage or dimension? Boom! Roland just nailed exactly what I was just about to get to. Because I could take this content. Let's actually see if it's in my export as. I'm just going to check my export as, by the way. See if they snuck it in here as well. Okay, they didn't. So you'll look in here and you're like, hey, I would love to export this as a 3D object, like an OBJ or something, right? You'll see, oh, well, it's not quite in here, okay? We'll try another place. We'll go to export for screens, and it should actually be in here. Is it gonna be? Okay. It kind of is. Like OBJ is not highlighted because I have many other elements turned on. So if it's a 3D element, these are my 3D elements. These can be exported, right? So we can go into our, this is how I would do it. I would go into my asset export right here, and then I would just start dropping everything in. So I drop that in. Here's my T, right? The T, as you can see right down here, we can export that as an OBJ because that's actually a 3D object. Boom, boom, boom. Again, if there was one object, I could just do this one time. Ah. So, yeah. Let's try that. Let's try this, Alexander. Let's see what happens. We're going to take this, go to File, Export. Everything in here selected is now a 3D object. And they must have to all be part of the same, like, scene, if you will. So that's why it's not available down here. But it doesn't matter, because I was going to show you how to do this in Dimension anyways, or Stager. But yeah, I could take these and now export them out and bring them in, right? I'm going to have more, I think I'm going to have more flexibility if I'm using, you know, Stager. We'll take our text. Again, it's going to be easier if it's just like already made in Stager, right? I think we'll just have a little bit more flexibility. But I also want to make a donut in here. Bam. There we are. Bevel it, right? And what we want to do, we want to round it. Up. There we are. Have it rounded. We want to round both sides. I'm looking. But $90 degrees. There we go. Put this on the ground. Shablam. And rotate back up. All right. Know both sides in Stager. Thanks, Alexander. There are for the other shapes when you extrude them and you give them a bevel, but not for text. That's kind of a bummer, but that's okay. Let's go back in here to Object. I would still want to actually probably do each individual letter. Once I have this one set up, right, I can make that a special color. Let's start with this one. Okay, just playing with like the width, here's the depth. Oh, it does have both sides. Okay, it was just, I mean, am I going crazy or did I not see that before? There we go. We basically have a donut here. We're doing okay. We'll go 0.5. Move this to the ground, do something like that. We'll change the color, we'll give it a texture, we'll do all that fun stuff. We'll throw some frosting on it. We can make this look like a donut. Or we could actually make a donut, which was my plan in here as well. So there's, again, just the letter D. Probably find something that looks pretty good in here. I really need let's even try clay. Hey, why not? Because again, I could drop this on here and then change the color to make it look more like the, the bread of a donut. Yes. Yeah, I agree, Carol. I just read that. Round the corners. Oh, I don't have much time. I don't even want to deal with this, but I like the texture in here, so this will actually work out pretty well. Yeah, I agree. This is not even the right font, but again, I can jump in here. I could round the corners. I could actually just change the font altogether to a rounded font, assuming I have one in here somewhere, right? So Arial rounded is going to give me that sort of better look. But still, I would almost want it rounded on the inside there because I'm not crazy about that bevel. And again, let's jump in. Oh, come on. It does not have, this is Arial rounded bold. Not. Here we go. Baloo. Oh, yeah. That's better. All right, let's make a donut real fast as well. I don't have much time. Right over here. Yeah, I used text already. We'll grab a torus. It's right in here. For this torus, we can shrink it down and play with the torusness of it all. Pipe radius. There we go. Now we got a donut. I'm just going to turn off that text because we're not going to deal with it right now because I don't have time. The clay color I just made, bam, there, it's done. We want to throw some frosting. Probably do a little bit darker because it looks more like flesh. That looks gross. There's more of a cake donut, right? We'll make this cake donut. What do I want to do? I actually want to make 2 of these. So I'm going to duplicate this one. We have torus number 2. Let's bring this up. Offsetting it a little bit. And then, yeah, let's just throw porcelain on this second one. I'm basically adding white frosting. But actually, I don't even want it white. I want it to be... Come on, Paul, hurry. There's no time. Porcelain. Pink. Hurry, Paul, hurry. Get there. Make it pink. Make it fun. I just changed the base color of this. Okay, fine. Throwing another mat on it. And then I can increase the shininess because I wanted to get this onto my desktop too, literally. So here's my donut. Let's get rid of this text altogether because I don't know if it's going to cause problems. Let's save this. Let's export this since I only have 2 minutes because I thought this would be fun to turn it into a real donut. I saw that as a request. Well, donuts to a GLB file, export it. Let's turn on my camera. Wait for it. Here we are. So here I am. Yeah, we can put it over here or something. Let's move that. Boom. Add it from Creative Cloud. There's my donut. Open. Wait for it. And yeah, there it is. Zip. It's making a little virtual donut that's now on my desk. Ugh, trying to grab it. Oh, it's delicious. It needs sprinkles, doesn't it? It needs sprinkles. But that was fun, huh? Right, we just knocked something out really fast in Arrow. Also thanks to Stager. Spent a lot of time in Illustrator as well. But I think this is like super fun. So yeah, you get the idea. If I could just set this here. Move that there. All right. Fantastic. Down to my last 20 seconds. Try not to ruin the illusion. But it's too late. You guys get the idea. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Appreciate you guys and all that you do. So thanks for joining me today. Hopefully you had fun designing donuts. Hopefully I get whatever I make, I'm going to get out there on Instagram. So thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you guys. Hopefully I had fun. I had fun hanging out with you guys, and now I'm really hungry. So we'll see you all very soon. Thanks for watching.